Let's bring in DC, Turning Point USA contributor Jack Posobiec. Jack, great to have you on the show. As you heard Alex talking there, George Isbell Jr. is the man who is now in custody for threatening to kill Benny Johnson. Here is the Attorney General Pam Bondi talking about this. Watch.
The author of this letter made it very clear that he hated Benny because of his views, and he wanted Benny dead. This was a coward hiding behind a keyboard who thought he could get away with this.
I mean, the interesting thing here is you look at this, Jack, you know the conservative Christian mission is going to go on, but the threat level goes along with that.
Well, Trace, that's exactly right. And thanks again for having me on. I was honored to be part of the roundtable that President Trump held just a couple of days ago at the White House concerning this very rising and very real escalation of left-wing political violence. And I said at that table that one of us here is more than likely going to be the next one targeted by these individuals. Little did I know that it would be my friend Benny Johnson. We're here just 1 month after a godless, just Marxist psychopath killed my friend Charlie Kirk. And Trace, unfortunately, we're starting to see this pattern increase where these radical leftists are no longer content with simply smears or simply lies against people like us who believe in God, we believe in Christ, we believe in the conservative mission. We go out and we spread that through dialogue. They're not interested in that anymore. They're interested in direct violence. We saw it with Luigi Maggioni. We saw it with the shot on Trump. We saw it with the death of Charlie Kirk 1 month ago, and now this threat on Benny Johnson.
Yeah, and you talk about direct violence here, Jack. Rutgers professor Mark Bray is accused of financing Antifa. He's the author of Antifa, the Anti-Fascist Handbook, and he was on CNN saying the following here. Watch.
I'm a researcher. I'm a dad. I'm just trying to kind of live my life here. And it's really, I think, hypocritical for the alleged free speech absolutists of Turning Point USA to basically try to use cancel culture against me simply because they don't like my ideas.
I mean, his stance is that he thinks TPUSA is actually creating a hostile environment, Jack.
Well, the hostile environment was created by Dr. Antifa himself, Mark Bray. Go look at that book that he wrote. He literally wrote the handbook on domestic terrorism for Antifa. Talks about what he calls preemptive self-defense, in which if you believe someone could potentially threaten you, then it is justified for you to use violence against them. This is a professor, by the way, Trace, at a campus where we have students. We have a chapter there at TPUSA, and those are the same people that he calls fascists. They called Charlie Kirk a fascist. There are Antifa symbols on the bullet casings. And he's creating and contributed to this environment where he's justifying using violence to solve political disputes.
Yeah, I just always want to get your take on these things, Jack, because I know you're former military. We're talking about, the Israeli-Gaza peace plan here, Trump Nobel. Any thoughts on what you're seeing in Israel this weekend and the president's involvement?
Well, Trace, it's nothing short of stunning. And people say, should President Trump get the Nobel Peace Prize for this? I think he should get a dozen Nobel Peace Prizes for what he's accomplished just here in the Middle East. The ability to bring Qatar in. The last time I was on, we talked about how that was really going to be the key leverage point, and it clearly was. Steve Witkoff, of course, proving the entire talking head academiarati completely wrong by able to pull this together. And we've got now potentially, it comes down to the execution, but potentially the keys here for a lasting peace that could last generations in the Middle East.
You're exactly right. Jack Posobiec, great to have you on the show as always. Thank you.